Okay, so I thought I would try this whole live business. I am not looking 100, and you can see that, but it's all good. That's what it is. It's all about transparency and seeing what it really is. So I'm probably not going to have anyone watching this, but it's all about like doing things faster. You know what I mean? It's like when you have to upload and do all types of things just to get your video up, you're spending maybe an hour or more. You think to yourself, well, yeah, I'm just going to go live and make life easier for me, right? Rather than spending all that extra time. So I read my journal. Okay, so I did a video that I did not end up releasing. It was about um, all of my um, I was asked to explore my inner boy and why. And that's just another way of saying all those very masculine, protective parts of you. So it got me into thinking about the fact that I've needed to protect myself all my life. Um, my mom was is very fun loving free person, and so she was not able to provide like at all, and she was a single mother, so we were living in cars, living in shelters, and I was in environments like stripping environments, like we were on the road, which was great. And that was the best. When we were on the road was the best because she was in a band at that time, and um, that ended up being a good experience for me. And then I moved to my dad's to where I had to tighten my stomach all the time because my stepmother would repeatedly throughout the day, at least 5 times a day, be punching me in the stomach. And I always just remembered like having a mental note, like being in that place where you have to be ready for someone to punch you in the stomach. Can you imagine how you are prepping your mind, prepping your body, prepping yourself all the time, having to bring out that inner boy in you, trying to be strong. And then there was in that video, I went into like then my abuse. My boyfriend, obviously, I got into an abusive relationship. You know what I mean? It wasn't obvious, but like after years of knowing him, I never thought he would hit me. I thought he loved me. Blah blah blah. He clearly did not love me, so hitting me was probably part of the court, and the fact that his mother was beaten, like he did terrible stories of him running and hiding under beds and just food being smashed in her face because she's pregnant and she needs to eat and she eats food, and the man is upset that he didn't get served a second plate first, or I don't know, just crazy situations where his mom was constantly being abused in front of the children, in front of her family. Kids running under beds to run away, trying not to get grabbed by this maniac and she was also selling drugs. She was one of the first crack cocaine dealers in Parkdale. So there was crack on his table all the time. And so a lot of these abuses were probably drug-induced abuses, situations. So he normalized, obviously, thinking now, like, obviously, so he normalized it. He normalized abuse. And once he started hitting me, it was probably like 10 years after I knew him. and maybe 8. Was it 8 years? 8 years, maybe 8 or 9. I'll say 9 just to be in a safe spot. 9 years after I knew him, and he began to hit me. And I asked him if we can go to counseling like 3 times, but obviously he's not going to be interested in that. And that was me giving him chances before I just leave, right? And then, um, and then I got into the trades, and I thought, oh, this explains why I got into the trades. I wanted to forklift drive. I wanted to be an apprentice painter, be a roofer. I studied roofing. I studied building houses. I wanted to do these things, and I'm thinking maybe it had to do with me having to protect myself all the time. So, yeah, in that video, I really go down into my life. Like, I even give the nitty gritty on myself, some things that I probably shouldn't expose for work's sake, but like, I don't know. It's so I'm gonna see about releasing that video. But anyways, so I was just reading my journal of when I was fleeing from this abusive man. Um, to go to Vancouver, British Columbia. And the journal that I wrote, and I have a problem, I have an issue with university right now because it's like, I used to write so clear and so well and so beautiful and so succinct. Once I got to university, and the further and further I got in university, my writing is just so confusing, and it seems to absolutely make no sense. When I read it, I cannot understand it. It's not getting to the point. It doesn't flow. It's like university ruined my writing capabilities. That's my opinion. Anyways, that's just a little thought I've had at the back of my mind. So anyways, I'm reading this journal, and it is on sync. It is good. It is engaging. It is fun to read, and you're getting really sucked in by the way that I write, because it's really heart, you know. So I read this journal, and a lot of the things that I have now and I'm doing now, I had as a goal in that journal, which is interesting because before I began reading that journal, I wrote I wrote a snippet in my new journal or whatever. I just find a piece of paper and write whatever book. I have like 100 books around, and they're all getting written in. And I wrote about the fact that the law of attraction is a piece of crap, and it's superstition, and it doesn't make any sense to me because when I was being abused by my stepmother, I won't say living with my stepmother. When I was being abused by my stepmother, let's call it what it really is, I would have to massage her for 5-hour sessions. Okay, because I think I was in the shower and I'm thinking like, why? Like, I went through my depression and I started having trouble bathing, and then after I had trouble taking showers, then I had no hot water for a whole year. So that made it very hard for me to want to take showers because the water is freezing cold. And it's winter here. Like, I'm up in Canada. Like, our winters don't play. Like, pipes are freezing under me type of cold. Like, there's floods, constant floods, because the pipes are freezing and bursting. That's how cold it is. Okay. So I'm just thinking about how, like, I was exhausted after these sessions of massaging her head, her back, her foot, her this, her that, her head, her back. And it's like, I'm thinking to myself, like, I massage this woman day in and day out. And I can't even take care of myself now. That's not good. That is not good. I got to be able to do for myself what I do for other people. Mind you, I didn't have a choice. But anyways, that's another factor. So I thought I rubbed up on this woman all day long. I should have what she has. I should have a husband who's like screwing over his daughter for me and like paying for all kind of crap for me while I just sit around and scratch my ass all day. I'm not going nowhere. I'm on live right now, you guys. If she's going, she can go if she wants. I'm coming in a second, if anything. Just give me a minute. Anyways, I rubbed up on her at least 5 hours a day. A regular amount of time for me to be massaging my stepmother was 10 hours a day, because in 5-hour sessions. So my first 5-hour session would happen at a certain time, and then my next 5-hour session would happen at a certain time. I wasn't going to bed until 12. I was being homeschooled. Anyways, so I should have what she has. And then I thought about all the slaves who, like, they were rubbing up on rich people's stuff all the time. They were cleaning it, shining it, sweeping it, everything about rich people's stuff. And still, they died in the wilderness starving to death. So don't tell me, Lisa Nichols, that you go to your friend's house and you rub all of her stuff on you, because that's just superstition. That's bullshit. That has nothing to do with anything. How your proximity and how you rub on things. Hey, you can eat a diamond a day. And that doesn't mean that you are going to have the money to buy one. It just means that that's what you're doing. Like, we just have to separate crazy and stupid and superstitious from reality. There's things in life you can control. There's things in life you cannot control. Sure, have a dream, have a goal, work hard for it. That's all there is. That's all there is. You work hard for something, you might get it. You might not. You might not. You might work hard for something and you might not get it. That's what it is. But don't tell me rubbing on things is going to get me what I want, because I rubbed up on Karen all day and I don't have what she had. So, and I'm not her, and I'm not living her life. That's for sure. I'm a single mom. I wanted 6 kids. I want a big house like how she had. I'm a single mom living in a 1-bedroom apartment with a 17-year-old son. Like, and then too, it seems like an oxymoron, because like, she didn't work hard. What part of her worked hard? She didn't work no hard. her man provided everything. So it is what it is. I'm trying to go to church. People coming out the door because I used to go to church. Let me tell you something. I was all about church. I was all about let's go to church. Let's do some healthy stuff on Sunday. And let's learn about scheduling. And let's learn about being kind to people. And let's be about seeking out God, those type of things. But these churches are just as fake as like going to the mall. Go to the mall and listen to somebody. Like they're just so. I don't want to go somewhere and listen to lies. I don't want to hear lies. I read my Bible for myself. I know the truth. So like then to sit there for an hour or however long and listen to somebody tell me, oh, do whatever the hell you want, because that's all these churches are doing these days. Do whatever you want and be happy, because as long as you give me your money, I'm happy. That's the message all day, every day. You know what I mean? So to go to church to listen to that and to listen to the type of, to be around the type of people that appreciate that, like just think of the type of people that appreciate that kind of message. Do what you want, because as long as you're happy, I get what I want. And they're like, oh yeah, pastor said I can do what I want. I have a spiritual free ticket to go and drink, and I have a spiritual free ticket to tell off my boss, and I have a spiritual free ticket to all type of sin, whatever I want to do, and to have a big head and to be arrogant. I have a free ticket. Isn't this great? I just want to go to church all the time. I don't want to be around those type of people. You know, it's one thing to go to church and say you went to church. Okay, fine. I respect that. I even respect going to church just to say you went. But when it comes to, oh, I'm going to church to okay my licentious living, that does not rub with me very well. And so I don't like no church people. Because, you know, world, they're just like they drinking, they sleeping around, they doing all kind of things, but they go to church on Sunday, so it's okay. It's all okay. I ain't gotta feel no guilt. I don't have to change. Nobody can tell me nothing because I go to church on Sunday. And I could talk a big talk. Oh my goodness. If you ever hear these church people talk, you would never think they were into the things that they're into. So, anyways, that's my little rant for today. I wanted to listen to some Oprah, but then I thought, I don't want to listen to Oprah. I have a little bit of something on my chest and I'm going to get it off. So I think I had my little Oprah myself. Yeah, I have to go to church. There's a whole little drama behind that. I was on the choir and I am not going back up there again for some TV church. And I'm not singing again for them. I don't think I'm ever going there again either. I'm just done. So anyways, peace. How do you turn this off? So yeah, today, pray for me. Pray for the people you know. Be loving. Be kind. Look out for people who are hurting. And don't just look out for yourself. That's my message.